Hey, what's up guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul the Tech Giant and welcome back to the channel, where tonight we're going to be conducting a gaming test with this 65-inch Samsung S95D OLED and the PlayStation 5. Now before we get started, I just want to say a massive thanks to the UK electrical retailer Peter Tyson, who are kind enough to send over this TV for testing. Now if you were to pick up this TV from Peter Tyson, you'll be able to take advantage of the fact that you'll get a free 5-year warranty, free delivery, and there's also finance options available. And on top of that, you're going to get great customer service too. And if you don't believe me, just go and check out their reviews on Trustpilot. And don't worry, if this isn't the TV for you, then they have a whole range of other makes and models available, all at great prices. So if you want to support the channel and save yourself a few quid, go and check out their link in the description. Okie dokie, let's crack on then. And the first game that we're going to test out is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. So without further ado, let's fire it up. Okie dokie, we are up and running then. Now, as I'm sure most of you will know, this is one of the top TVs of 2024. Now, one thing that does stand out from this TV is the brightness. Honest to God, it is seriously bright. Now, if I just show you for a second, if I get up the settings, you can see we are in the game mode. Because this TV has auto low latency mode, soon as we fire up the PlayStation 5, it's automatically going to detect that that PlayStation 5 is connected to the TV and give us the lowest latency possible. Now, if we go down to the expert settings, you can see that the brightness is only set at 13, which is very low. And if we turn it up, yes, this TV is going to go extremely bright, so the point it's actually going to blow out on camera. And in person, it just looks absolutely bonkers. Got to be one of the brightest TVs that I have ever tested to date. And I'm sure nobody would be disappointed with the brightness levels. Now, as bright as this TV is, there is another TV on the market that apparently will compete with it. And that is the LG G4 OLED. And I'm pleased to announce that I have just taken delivery of a 65-inch version of that TV. And I will be testing out directly with this Samsung S95D OLED. And if you want to see that video, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. Now, one of the other great features of this TV is the game bar. Now, if we grab one of the two remote controls and we hold down on the play pause button for a long press, we get up that game bar. Now on here, this gives us loads of information that is useful to the gamer out there. We get things like game genre, we get virtual aim point, get screen ratio, that's good for if you are gaming with a PC, minimap zoom, more settings, sound output, and we get the help guide. Now down at the bottom, we get lots of information too. So we've got input lag, we've got the resolution going on just there, we've got the frames per second, HDR and VRR, because yes, this TV does support variable refresh rate. Now if we jump into the more settings, this is a quick way of getting into the game mode settings. Normally, you'd have to trawl through all the menus, but simply jumping into that and we fire straight into them. Okie dokie, on to another match then. And as you can see at the moment, we do have the lighting turned on in this room. But let's just knock it off for a second and see how this TV performs in a darker environment. So there we go, lights are now off. And it is looking absolutely stunning. Gotta say it, this has got to be one of the best TVs I've ever tested. I've not cracked out the LG G4 yet. Lots of people are raving about it. And to be fair, it's going to have its work cut out to compete with this TV. As much as I do love an LG OLED TV, I've got to hand it to Samsung. This TV is an absolute cracker. Now let's just turn up the volume a little bit on this TV. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, it does go pretty loud. But unfortunately, there is one downside, and that is the lack of bass. Now, seeing this TV is so thin, so if we go around the side, you can see for yourself what it's like. It does lack in that bass department because it is unable to house large speakers. So to be fair, I can understand why it's lacking in bass, but just bear in mind that if you do purchase this TV, realistically, you're going to need either a dedicated amp and speakers or a soundbar to get the most out of the sound to match the visuals. But the picture itself, I've got to hand it to it, it does look absolutely breathtaking. But then it should be, because this is not a cheap TV at all. So you would expect that it should be good, and well, it doesn't disappoint. Now again, I've got to point out some other of the negatives to do with this TV, and that is the black levels when it comes to playing in the daytime. Because this TV does have a rather good anti-reflective display, which does the job that it says it does, in the daytime it can make the black levels look a bit sort of greyish and a little bit washed out. But when it comes to nighttime playing, well, it doesn't make any difference. It looks as good as any other OLED on the market. So if you are looking for a very bright OLED TV that will handle reflections in the daytime or nighttime maybe, if you've got say ambient lighting going on, then this could be the TV for you. Okie dokie, cracking on with the game then, and got my son playing for me as I hold the camera. As good as I'm multitasking, it is a bit hard to record a video, talk and play at the same time. So thanks to Leon for helping me out. I've not played a lot of games recently. It's something that I should get into doing more often. And let me know in the comment section, is that something that you would like to see me do? Maybe I could do some live streams with me gaming. Got to be honest, I am a bit of a dab hand when it comes to playing the old game of COD. Shown up a few younger kids in my time being a golden oldie when it comes to gaming. And yeah, I do miss gaming myself. Obviously, I do game when it comes to testing out these TVs, but not actually sitting down and actually getting into a proper match for a prolonged period of time. Now moving on, and as you can see, the image is actually blowing out on camera. It's that bright. In person, I can see all the details, but on camera, yeah, it's just big blobs of white going on. Now, something I just quickly want to touch on, and that is about some of the upcoming content that I have for the channel. Now, Peter Tyson have also been kind enough to send me over some amazing, and I mean amazing, speakers to test out. Now, we are talking a 5.1 channel system consisting of some massive floor standing speakers, a center channel which will sit just there, couple of rear surrounds and a massive subwoofer. And it isn't just the one set of speakers they sent over, they've also sent me over a set of KEF speakers. And I'm a massive fan of KEF, and I can't wait to test out their 5.1 setup. Now, along with that, they've also sent me a couple of amplifiers. Again, these are really good quality amps. We're talking amps from Marantz and Denon. And I'm sure if you are into your AV separates that you would have heard of both of those makes. And again, I can't wait to fire those up, and this room should be absolutely banging when it comes to the audio when I get those hooked up and really push them to the limits. And there we have it then, guys. That was the gaming test with the PlayStation 5 and the Samsung S95D OLED. Now, if you have enjoyed this video today, do us a favour and give me a thumbs up. Really does help the channel out. I don't think you guys understand just how much it does, but if you give me a thumbs up, YouTube are more likely to promote this video to other people, which in turn helps me out. And don't forget, if you'd like to see this S95D OLED against the LG G4 OLED, then hit that subscribe button for those upcoming videos. So, thanks very much for joining me today, and hopefully I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Bye for now.